story about it.
One of them. Because look, it says that double honors, especially they who labor in the word and doctrine. It says, for the scripture says, thou shalt not mother the ox that treadeth out the corn, and labor is worthy of his reward. So the elders have been out here laboring in 30 years plus, over 30 years now. Then you got elders that's under them that's been living over in the 20s. Multiple, man. Hey, look, you deal with the elders like on those other camps. You can see there's no match in the scriptures. No. And they might have the same amount of time. There's no match in the scriptures. They didn't labor like the elders of Great Millstone had.
Yeah, because you got put it like this. Nate was back at One West. You know, he could be considered an elder if he ruled well. You know, so but he doesn't. You know, so he's just Nate. You know, just a guy from IUIC. You know, so he's not a person that's worthy of double honors. He's not laboring as hard as the elder is to wake up the elect. He's trying to put brothers back to sleep. You know, by saying the name is not important. Like that brother that just came up and got the name. Had this been IUIC, first of all, they wouldn't even been out. They might, if they were, they'd probably be out for like 30 minutes. Right. Yeah. And if you ask them about the name, they'd be like, "Oh, you can call them whatever you want to call them."
I think they said winter's close, so they can't come out. That's what I think they said.
Winter's close, so can't come out.
No, winter's is close. So we're close to fall, so it's gonna be cool outside. So it's so close to that time, we might as well not come out because it's gonna come anyway. So, hey, look, because what happened to them in the city? Hey, we out here, you know.
I appreciate it.
Go ahead.
I got something to say about man pleasing too. If your dad told you to do something, wouldn't you do it? But is that man pleasing? Is that man pleasing if your dad tell you to do something? Because they are spiritual fathers, so to say. There's a Sirach 8:8. Despise not the discourse of the wise, but acquaint thyself with their proverbs, for of them thou shalt learn instruction and how to serve great men with ease. Miss not the discourse of the elders, for they also learned of their fathers, and of them thou shalt learn understanding, and to give answer as need require.
Everybody's not on the level of the elders. You got some brothers that think, oh, the Most High can raise anybody up fast, you know. So, the elders, they've been laboring this long, so we got this truth. How do you think you got it? Because they taught you. And you put it like this. Another thing that I can't stand is brothers who learn something, they don't even reverence the elders that they learn from. Even the elders right now, they'll reverence Ariah. Even though he's going off, they still reverence him as their teacher. Because put it like this. If let's say you learn a doctrine or a breakdown that you learn from the elders. And let's say, whether you're a GMS camp or not, you just teaching your own thing. And let's say you give a breakdown such and such. And a person comes by and they've never heard that breakdown. They're going to think, oh man, the Most High, he revealed that to you, not to you through somebody else, but the Most High revealed that directly to you. You're going to hold that person in a higher reverence than you should, as opposed to the person who actually taught the person who just taught you. So if somebody teaches you something, you always reference, okay, boom, I got it from such and such. I learned this, the 12 tribe breakdown. I learned that from Ariah. Because you don't want to give anybody, because put it like this, if you teaching all this stuff and you're not referencing, the people that taught you, if a person gets the impression that you learned it and the Most High told you directly to you without teaching you through another man, and they start holding you to a higher esteem, that's basically your fault, because you're not telling them where you're not telling them where you got your knowledge from. So a person might be like, oh man, this person is so deep, but meanwhile all you is just repeating what somebody else has told you. This is why it's important. This is why the elders get mad. Like, they say something, act like they learned it themselves. Because you got brothers that do that. They learn something and they won't even recite who they learned it from. Everything that we learned, I haven't came up with nothing new myself. Everything I'm saying, I learned from the elders. So if the Most High reveals something to me, he's revealed it to me through elders. Or he might have revealed it to me through another brother, But that brother learned it from an elder, or that brother learned from another brother who learned from another brother who actually eventually learned it from an elder. But you know, right, it all comes back to them.
Yeah.
You know, so you have to specifically be able to tell people who are your elders, why they're your elders, and you give your honors to them by telling, you know, people, this is who I learned under. Then what is it? I think Acts
Gamaliel.
20. Yep, Acts, I think 21. You know, Matt, can you grab that real quick? I think Acts 21. I think it's 1 and 2. Yeah, hold that.
Acts 20.
I think it's 20. Matter of fact, it's 22, I believe. I think it's exactly 22.
Mm-hmm. 22 and 3.
Okay, Acts 22 and 3. It says, I am verily a man which am a Jew, born in Tarsus, a city of Cilicia,
And this is Paul speaking. Go ahead.
yet brought up in this city at the feet of Gamaliel.
Right, so he referenced a person who taught him. You know, because yes, Yahweh Shai did teach him as well, you know, when he came off the horse. But who was teaching him with doctrines? You know, you were Israelite, this is what your fringes, this is how you keep the laws, statutes, commandments.
Okay. And taught according to the perfect manner of the law.
Taught according to the personal manner of the law.
Perfect.
So that's what he was doing. You know, if he learned that, that's what he was, you know, he pretty much referenced, you know, the person who taught him. You know, so a person that doesn't reference who they learn from, that's the person that who you watch. You don't, if a person, you know, coming up with breakdowns, stuff like that, and especially if you know it come from the elders and they don't reverence them or say double honors to them or say we learned it from them, you know, that's the brother that you watch out for, because you got brothers who want to go and, you know, just say, you know, just, they might not even say they came up with it. They'll just say it to try to get the impression that they came up with it, you know, just so they receive honors, so they really receive glory. You know, and of course, no brother's going to say, "Oh, I'm doing this for glory." No, nobody's going to admit that. But you know by your actions, and your actions show. Go on somewhere. We're not talking to you. Go on somewhere, for real.
Take care, man. I'm ready for you guys.
Right, but anyways, you know, you got brothers, you know, who won't reverence their elders. You know, and ironic. That's one of them.
That's one of them.
Hey, I put this on everything I love.
That's what he was thinking of.
No, from man, it's been happening for a while out here. Every time Akim would speak on something, the Lord would give an example. He will make an example come. Man, that's beautiful. He will make an example come like that, and that's how you know that this thing is picking up, man.
Yes.
And that's a beautiful point, because it literally just came through. I wasn't nobody looking up, oh, there he is. You know, he got, like, he got our attention. You know, but that's one that's one that don't reverence his elders. The brother be texting me all the time. I don't never text him back. And I don't have to, you know, because we've talked to him before already. It's not like, you know, oh, the elder said such and such and stop dealing with them. No, we've actually talked to those brothers. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
I know.
God, it says in the perfect manner of the law and the fathers, and was zealous toward Yahweh Ba'ashim Shai as ye all are this day. And I okay, that's just when it's going into something else.
Can the brother grab that?
Oh, you got Ephesians first.
Okay, Con.
Ephesians chapter 6.
Start with verse 5.
This is Ephesians chapter 6, verse 5. Servants, be obedient to them that are your masters according to the flesh.
What is obedience? Obedience is somebody tells you to do something, you do it. Let's say you don't know why. Oh, why are they telling me to do this? Why are they? You might not seriously know. And put it like this. You might not have the capacity to know. Because you got some people who actually have to experience something before they learn. You know, put it like this. If you got, let's say you might be a boxer or something like that. He tells you to throw out that jab. You might not know why, but he tells you to do it. And if you don't do it, then you could be fucked up just not listening to him. You know, a person doesn't always have the time to stop. Okay, here, brother, you do this because of this, and because if you don't do this, this is gonna happen. You don't always have time like that. Put it like this. This is a spiritual army. One thing when you go into like Esau's army, they tell you when you go into the army, you do what they tell you to do, because they don't got time to explain to you why go up here and do such and such. They don't got time to do that. You know, if you give you an order when you're part of an army, that's what you do. So that's part of being obedient. Go ahead.
Servants, be as obedient to them that are your masters, according to the flesh, with fear and trembling and singleness of your heart, as until Hamashiach.
Meaning not to be double-minded.
Not with eye service.
That's man-pleasing right there.
It was some big.
That's man-pleasing. Eye service is you doing something when only person is looking. You know what? You know the elders looking. This is how you're acting. You're acting like this, such and such. But when they're gone, you're doing something completely different. But when they come around, then that's what eye service is. You know, you serving, you know, somebody only when they're looking at you. Go ahead.
Not with eye service as man pleasers, but as the servants of Hamashiach.
Right, so that's what man pleasing is. Eye service. You know, now put it like this. They say, GMS, so yeah, man pleasing. Simply by being obedient, you know, to the scriptures, following what the elders told us to do. If elders told us not to go to clubs, it's not us to be like, well, the elders, he's in a biker gang, and he does it, and we do it. Put it like this, when it comes to certain stuff, you can only take it one or two ways. If the apostle tell you to do something, either you can bitch up and be like, you know what, they did it before, or they're doing it, or he's in this gang, and he does this, and he's such and such, or you could be like, man, these elders are learned men, and they're giving me insight and wisdom about not to do something that potentially I might not see and might make a mistake. So you got some people that'll be like, oh, the elders do this, the elders do that, and it's all about jealousy. You got that presentation.
This is Galatians chapter 4, verse 1. Now I say that the heir, as long as he is a child, differ nothing from servant, though he be Lord of all, but is under tutors and governors until the time appointed of the Father.
And before we came into this truth, you know, we're still children. We're still babes. You know, so we must be under tutors. You know.
Yeah, I already got it.
That's the reason why Hebrews 5:13 says what it says.
And that's why the brother said that we learned from our elders. And for the brothers that learned from those elders, still are as sharp as iron. You know, in this thing. You know, because we regurgitating with the doctrine. And to learn this thing is to learn it correctly is the right way to learn it is righteous, is good, is a blessing. Then to learn it the way that calling him Yeshua, you know, because we could be lost out here, man. Thrown in the midst of these wolves who don't give a damn about us, man. You know, go ahead.
I'll get my first slide.
No, you can't take it down. Don't forget about that.
Okay. But basically, when you do what the elders told you to do, that's not man pleasing. You know, put it like this. If the elders tell us, you know, give us a command to do something, you know, put it like you supposed to be obedient to what they say. You know, if the Most High wanted us to be the elders, you don't think the Most High, you know, would come to his attention like, man, maybe I should have made this guy an elder. Maybe I should have made this guy, you know, he should have been in New York and raised him up and been an elder. You know, if it's meant for you to be one, you would have been one, but you're not. You know, and that's not talking about anybody specifically, but basically scoffers. You know, because they love any video where somebody leaves GMS. Oh, he's out that cult. Oh, another brother left. Another brother finally woke up. You know, and most of those brothers that leave, they end up falling out. You know, do one or two videos here there, and then, you know, by and by there he is. You know, then it's a matter, you know, bugging out. You know, whether you Izar or anything like that, they just leave. And the Most I ain't with it.
And he gassed out. That few they had was just fumes.
And put it like this. Let's say, because there's been times, you know, like just in the brotherhood amongst our camp, you know, I might learn something and I'll show, okay, I learned it from such and such video at this such and such mark. Now, I'm not going to just simply say, you know what, this is talking about this. You know, because as far as I know, the brothers might not believe me. You know, brothers might be confused, like, okay, where is he getting this from? Because you got brothers who will sneak in their own doctrine And then you got brothers, you know, who will sincerely tell you where they got it from. You know, so you might have a brother who might bring out a doctrine and he'd be like, this is